Hello, everybody. Tashina Gonzalez here with Vida Activa. As usual, as you hop on here, give me a wave, a hi, a hello. Let me know what city and state you are viewing me from. I am here doing my Feel Good Friday now on Saturday because I was just a little bit busy. And as you know, I have been teaching on various things that have been appropriate for the season that we're in. So I started a couple months ago. We were talking about all things immune system. Last month I was talking about all things that had to do with underlying conditions. And this month I am returning to talking about emotional things because I'm going through emotional things. And I think a lot of other people are as well. So I'm looking up some just additional information, and one of the things that I need to work on is improving my emotional awareness. So we started in the middle of March, and then April, and we had all this stuff that we had never experienced before. Like, it was so different, and all these things we were going through, right? And then this past week, on top of that, a bunch of new stuff, right? So I know, me personally, I've been sharing very openly and frequently that this past week and a half has been difficult for me. Like, I have seen things and been triggered, and I've had to learn to sit with my emotions. Like, even today, mostly what I did today was reflect and ponder, and I had taken a nap every other day. I had to take a nap today and cry a lot and use my natural remedies in order to give myself some support. So, as usual, look up an article to help. When I wake up, I always do some prayer, positive affirmations, spiritual music. But then again, with everything that's going on, there's something that can happen during the day that can get us offset emotionally. And the first thing that we need to do to get back is to have emotional awareness. Most people develop this as a child. I unfortunately still need a lot of work in this area. So looking up an article on how to do that. So one of the things you need to do, notice, recognize, and understand that your emotions are just that. You just need to have emotional awareness because it impacts how you think about yourself, how others perceive you as well. So we are so much better at navigating our friendships and other relationships and successes and disappointments, conflicts with others, and much more when we understand our feelings. This awareness has the potential to affect multiple areas of our lives: our time with family, time at the job, and time spent with friends. So how do we do that? First, notice your emotions. So get into the habit, be conscious of how you feel at different points throughout the day. Designate a couple of times a day to check in with yourself about how you're feeling. Did you finish catching up with a friend? Have you been busy working on multiple assignments? Are you rushing to get to work? How do these and your own personal experience throughout the day make you feel? You need to take conscious effort of that. You can write some of the feelings down in a notebook, and that's something that I started doing this week. I started writing a lot of stuff in a notebook to help me process those feelings. Or you could just review them or talk them out with someone on the phone. So just make sure that you are carving out time regularly to check in and understand how you feel. Emotional awareness is like a muscle. The more you practice using it, the stronger it will get. The other thing you're going to want to do is notice other people's emotions. So a lot of times, again, everyone is going through this. What people are saying doesn't line up with their emotions. So we're going to make sure that we ask them questions. We're going to make sure that we pay attention to their body language. We're going to make sure that we pay attention to their tone of voice, their reactions, and we're going to ask them questions so that we're not making up a story in our head about what's happening with them. So, noticing the emotions and how their emotions affect us are going to help us communicate on a better wavelength. So we have to be observant for ourselves and for others. And then lastly, another thing, again, that I'm working on a lot is share your feelings with others. So it can be really helpful to share your feelings with others and ask them about their feelings. It is really valuable way to understand yourself and your friends better and to build stronger connections with others. This can help you to understand what others are feeling. Sometimes people might have very different reactions to the same situations. Examining, comparing, and discussing our reactions help us to relate more thoughtfully to others. We do all the things we've described above all of the time, but most of the time we don't notice. The point is to be conscious of it, to take note of it, and to make improvements and to reflect on it. Doing that, we'll get better at it, and we'll see our relationships improve. So that is what I am working on this week, and that is what I want to share with you guys. Again, excuse me, doing all types of education on healthy emotions this month to help with everything that's going on. So we already did an entire class about natural support for emotions. You can find that on my YouTube channel, which is just my name, Tashina Gonzalez. So make sure if you are not subscribed that you hop on there immediately and subscribe. And I'm also working on a series with individuals in our areas of dealing with grief and loss during this time. So I will drop that YouTube clip in the comments, and please feel free to share with anyone that may need that information. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me, and as usual, if you know anyone that can benefit from this information, please feel free to share it with them. With that, I'm gonna close out and move on to some other activities. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing evening. Bye guys.